singing has become this elite thing that we learn, that we study, that we have to go to university for. And I mean, I benefited from a ton of training, but also public school orchestra is how I got started on violin, and I learned to sing at church and was in choirs from the time I was like 5 or 6. But I wish that every child really understood the power of the singing and how important that should be in our everyday lives. And so that's one of my goals with teaching people to sing, is to remind you that we're not supposed to only listen to recordings and only experience music through other people performing a perfected version of the song. And it really, I feel like TV and recordings and all of those things are great, and it gives us access to lots of things all around the world and experiences that we didn't have 50 years ago. But the downside is we don't always see the imperfection in the music. We don't always see the live performance where the audience affects the performance by the way they interact, by the way they cheer or don't cheer, by the way they look or don't look. It affects the performance. When you're listening to a CD or recording, you don't have an effect on the performer. When you watch something on TV, it's not the same as going to a live show. And I used to talk to my students about this a lot, and just the idea that we need to learn to be performers, all of us, and that doesn't mean that you have to go up on stage. It just means that we are all entitled to singing, to music. And the voice is the most accessible, the simplest thing that we can give everybody, because it's portable, you can take it anywhere. Some of my most amazing experiences with music, even though my biggest training was all in violin and viola, some of my most memorable experiences are being with choirs and singing somewhere out and about. And one time we were on a tour in New Zealand, and we went down in these glowworm caves, and there was just this sort of perfect acoustical chamber in this cave, and we just sang. I don't know what we sang, but there's the echo and the beauty of being kind of in complete darkness and seeing this glowworms and then singing, and it was kind of ethereal. But and other times where I was in choirs and the director we'd be eating dinner somewhere on a tour or something, and the director would just ask the person who ran the restaurant, can we sing for everybody else? And we just sing, and people were always just delighted, and just that connection to people that was so, it's such a bond. And that's one thing, singing can produce this bond with you and whoever else you're singing with really fast. So if you're in a choir, you're singing with a group, it creates the same feelings in people as a group that's been together for like 3 to 6 months before they have the same bonded emotional reaction to being with these people. So you can form those same kind of connections over a long time in different activities and groups, but singing is one of the fastest ways to form that bond. And we need to strengthen the bond with our children, because we need to be their rock in the storm, their calm, and we also need it for ourselves. We need to calm ourselves down with it. And so the more we can believe in our singing, practice it, however it comes out, doesn't matter. But the more you sing, the better you'll feel about it, the more you'll feel comfortable, and you'll own your own voice, because no one else is like you, and nobody else is the parent of your child. And so your voice is the most calming to your child. So don't forget that you are the best authority on your child, and your voice is the most important. So use it to sing. So share with each other, sing together, laugh together, play together, share joy. And I hope that more people can really realize that music is not just an extracurricular thing that we should maybe do in schools if we have the time and money. Music should be essential core part of every learning that people do. Like, if I have my way, that's how I would set up the education system, because I really think it's that important. So with that, I hope you enjoy your sharing with your child and singing together, and that you find the fun and the playfulness and the back and forth with it. Will remain when I say no to blame and shame. When I say no to blame and shame. Love and acceptance will remain, will remain.